You know what, yeah? Then I'm thinking, you know, Gandalf come back and Gandalf the white is like, he looks very pristine. His white looks like it just come out of the washing machine and it's fresh. Saruman's white cloak is looking kind of dirty now. And I wonder if that's like visualization for his corruption. This is gonna be some mad ass battle, yo. Nah, don't vex me. Is that the same horse from the flipping beginning one? The Fellowship of the Ring. You know when he let go and I was like, how you take him at the win here and then tell him man go home?
You will still have to taste the bitterness of mortality. Whether by the sword or the slow decay of time, Aragorn will die.
That's so deep, man. It's true. Like she can fall in love with him, but if she stays immortal, then he will lose him eventually. It's just eventual, unless she gives up her immortality and dies with him. I'm a little unsure of what's going on. I'm not too sure if she's given up her immortality already. I'm not too sure.
The quest will claim his life. You know this. You have foreseen it.
He knew from the Fellowship of the Ring when he first sent him, like he knew that Frodo wouldn't come out of it alive.
The will of the ring grows strong. It works hard now to find its way back into the hands of men.
Yeah, so the ring works way more on men because them men are evil, cuz men are trash. See what I mean? But nah, clearly he wants it in the hands of men, firm, because they will succumb to his power like mad. Not me though. I would firm it.
We leave Middle Earth to its fate. Do we let them stand alone?
He's got a choice to make, you know, because I reckon if he defeated Sauron before, he was there when he defeated Sauron, he could probably help. But these men have no hope from. These men feel like everything gone. Like they kind of just know the outcome, and I feel like that's why Saruman joined, because he just knew the outcome as well.
Sauron will strike us soon. And he will strike hard. He knows now we do not have...
I reckon, do these men know Boromir? Obviously, they said they're from Gondor, innit?
I'd hoped you would tell me. It was my brother.
Oh, my little Boromir's brother. Okay. So he knows about one does not simply as well. They probably got taught that in school. Like that was part of the rules. One does not simply steal without getting whipped on the hand.
Shall I shoot?
If they let a figure my boy Gollum, I will teleport into Mordor and yo, I'll fight, man. Not Mordor, wherever these men are from. Gollum is an innocent soul. Man, like Gollum has bars as well. Yo, someone side him.
Smeagol, don't struggle. Smeagol, listen to me. Master.
Oh, you betrayed my last Smeagol. What are you doing? Bro, he trusted him. Do not bully my guy, Gollum. Oh my days.
Master tricked us. Of course he did.
No, Gollum's coming back in because he tricked him. Oh, no. I tell you what, this film is getting deeper, you know.
The ring of power within my grasp.
It's fighting its way back to man. No. Come on, resist it, fam. You're a brother to Boromir. I know he couldn't resist it, but you can be better.
The ring will go to Gondor.
Man said to Gondor, what is wrong with these men? Like, they're actually so weak-willed, bro. Like, it's unbelievable.
You look terrible.
A rough couple of nights, bro. A rough couple of nights. No, no, Missy, you stay away from him, bro. Yes, give him back the charm, but you stay away from him, miss. Yes, he's got gyal. Remember that.
Red. If this is to be our end, then I would have them make such an end as to be worthy of remembrance.
True, bro. What else can you do, fam? You might as well just go out swinging, fam. Give every man hope, and hopefully that man could do a little something, something.
And who will come?
Gandalf the White. It's crazy the contrast of him when he was like under Saruman's poison or spell, and he was like proper like on the verge of death, to how he is now. Complete two different characters. Wait, and they all like different forms of trees, different types of trees, because he was listing them all out for him. I wonder if there's like a Christmas tree roaming about, a little something there, you know, little willow tree, you know. What's the is it the Japanese, is it the bonsai tree or something like that? You might have a little small thing, little tiny one. Be like the wise one, you know.
Then I shall die as one of them.
Then go, lad.
I tell you what, yeah, he is actually showing some real good stripes of why he is an elite guy. Do you know what I mean? Why he's a leader. I feel like the Fellowship of the Ring kind of showed him as like more of his, not his mentality, but you know, his resistance and his willpower. Now this is showing more of his capabilities, you know, his fighting, his willingness, like just his whole mentality, you know what I mean?
Rain on the mountains, like wind in the meadow.
Nah, them kids look too young to be fighting. Way too young, like. Go out and play it or something like that, not be fighting wars. If your man could drag me to war without a joke, but man was banging out my little GameCube or something, a little Xbox, bro.
Give me your sword.
The armor looks too big for him as well. Look, it looks way too big.
Tight across the chest.
He's wearing a chainmail dress, looking like one gown.
Long ago we fought and died together. We come to honor that allegiance.
Hey, Jesus! Man like Elrond backed it. Man like Elrond sent people there. Man like Elrond, say less, fam, say less. He done what he needed to do. He has my respect. I told you, he looked a bit snaky. Like, he looked a bit... and he knew Frodo was... His mission is basically a suicide thing, but...
You could have picked a better spot.
Gimli has been acting a fool. Oh my days. You heard it, the sound of the rain dropping on the armor. That sounded cool. But a battle in the rain is always mad. Oh, it just adds to the effect. Like, you know when man gets hit down in the dirt and the mud and it's all raining, it's all slimy, like you're covered in it. It's like a grudge sort of type thing.
What's happening out there?
Shall I describe it to you? Or would you like me to find you a box?
I really like the dynamic between the guys of the Fellowship, like their banter, their love for each other, that sort of respect, and even like the conflict they have. I really like, I don't know if you man saw my other videos, but I did say I always like that sort of dynamic between the people. When they get them mad, yeah. They're like, oh, man like Roger. They got man like Roger. Damn, they came with crossbows. That's a little bit more powerful than actual bow and arrow. I'm pretty sure they take a bit longer to reload though, but hey, that was the Wilhelm scream. Honestly, I'm surprised they didn't do that before. Just kick down all the ladders. That's what I would do personally. I was run across, just pew, pew, pushing all the ladders down. I'll turn around and say, "What would you have us do?"
We have agreed. You are not orcs.
That man went did Italian fam. Chatting nonsense. Probably asking about how his day was.
70, 80, 90.
That's it, Ghibli fam. Just stand up there and chop them as they go down fam. That's it. One by one.
Is this it? Is this all you can conjure, Saruman?
Don't taunt, man. Do not taunt, man. You will be crazy to taunt, man, fam. You dumb. He's not going down. Oh, walls breached just like that. Yeah, it's just a myth now. See, when outside the walls, you're thinking, cool, you can hold them, but now the walls are broken. It's a bit peak. Oh, that's what Saruman was making, innit? And you know, the guy got too close with the lighting and he pushed him away. They need to strike fast while they're bottlenecked in because it's a really small area. Hey, yo. Legolas has some tech, you know, raw.
Aren't you?
He's like, don't look at me.
Fires of Isengard will spread, and the woods of Tuckborough and Buckland will burn.
And just like, is it Galadriel, the elf witch, just like she showed Frodo, the vision thing. The Shire was all burnt, like all the hobbits were all chained up, if not dead. So there is no going back to the Shire. This is like the war. Inevitable, it needs to happen, and if they don't win, it's a bit peak. Oh, he's not making it back to the keep. No. I wonder if that's like Arwen's like brother or something. That's why a man like Aragorn liked him so much. Like gave him a hug and everything. Probably knows him quite well. He is a madman, I swear to you, bro. He is a madman. But he is showing all the right attributes of being a king because he is fearless. He's for the people, fam.
Oh, come on, we can take him. It's a long one.
Gimli wants to take on everyone. He's a warmonger, fam. He just loves battle. I'm dead.
I cannot jump the distance, you'll have to touch me.
Wait, no, you can't do that because in the Fellowship of the Ring, he said, do not toss me, bro. A dwarf, you do not toss a dwarf, fam. What, these two men are going to take all these men on? This is what I'm saying, yeah. The orcs are strong, but they're not fighters like that. You know what I mean? They've got numbers and they've got strength in numbers, but man like Aragorn, Hemley, them men are fighters.
The closer we are to danger, the further we are from harm. It's the last thing he'll expect.
Oh, that doesn't make sense to me.
It didn't make sense to me either. He was chatting a bag of pop, but it sounds like a cool idea, but I have no idea exactly what he said.
Saruman. A wizard should know better.
See, that's exactly what I was saying, bro. When he said it's equivalent to the White Wizard, and it I thought it was Saruman. I was thinking, what? Why? Because Saruman was cutting down bare trees, bare CO2 in the air. So I was thinking, surely he would be mad. Like, surely he would be so vexed.
Is with Isengard tonight, with a rock and stone.
That's it. Now the three of them are linking up. Yes, get revenge, fam. See, I mentioned in the first one for all them trees, bro. All them trees, I do it. Me and Tree Bed were linked to him. Tree Bed, I want to go. I'm saying. Hey, let's go. They better not end it here and be like, oh, this is going to be a Return of the King. I want to see this war.
They've gone.
When he said they, it made it sound like plural, like more than one have come. We've already saw one before.
Is there no other way for the women and children to get out of the caves? Is there no other way?
There is, but his pride is too strong, fam.
Ride out and meet them. For death and glory. For Rohan. For your people.
Bro, man, like Aragorn, fam. Like, I'm not saying he just met them, but like he's willing to die for these people, like. Just piling through them. Man, like Gandalf. Yes. Yes. Look at, he looks so different. Like, hey, I can't believe it. Oh, he got the riders. He said they were too far out, but they came. They're doing it, fam. They're doing it. The light is behind them. Yo. Them men are playing shop over there. They are vexed. There is actually quite a few of them. I didn't realize there were that many. I just thought because they were so big, like they'll just be strong and big foes, but there's quite a few of them still. The forest they was in must be quite big though. Like it must be a very, very big forest. Do you see the tree that was on fire? Quickly jump in there, fam, and douse off the flames. The power of water, the element of water is just stupidly strong. Stupidly strong. Like that'll wash away everything, fam. That was a close one still. Sam has saved him more times than he can even flipping count. Watching his this slow descent into the madness and succumbing to the ring's power has been quite sad, fam, because he even visually looks painful on him. Like, he just looks so worn down. He just looks tired. Production of like the Hobbit music, you lot probably can't hear because I probably muted it not to get copyright strike, but it feels like Frodo slightly returned back to himself after that speech, similar to how Gollum did Smeagol. Bro, man, like flipping Bilbo, not Bilbo. Frodo needs to come meet man like Gandalf, fam. He'll be so happy to see him.
You've left out one of the chief characters. Samwise the Brave. I want to hear more about Sam.
He's gonna run with that now, fam. That's the story he's gonna be telling these kids and everyone.
Smeagol. Smeagol. Master betrayed us.
Oh no, he's gonna turn bad and betray them. And he's gonna mash up the base or do something and lead them some bad place. And that's gonna be the next movie.
Come on, hobbits. Long ways to go yet. Smeagol will show you the way. Follow me.
No, man, like Gollum, don't do this, bro. You're my homie, fam. I've been rooting for you the whole movie. Don't betray the man, them. If you betray them, I'll understand, bro. I'm on Team Smeagol. I'm on Team Smeagol, sorry. Mate, I tell you what. That was better than the first one. Obviously, the first one is wicked as well. But that one was cold. That one was cold. Yeah. Say less. So, that was Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers. It's your boy Sly the Grey. You know, after Gandalf's slot got, opened up, I took over the Grey part. He obviously, he's top man now. But yeah. Now, I don't want to make this review too long. But what I do want to say off the bat is I enjoyed this one much more than The Fellowship of the Ring. But that's not a bad thing. It just plays into the point where it feels like one big story chopped up into little parts. And this one is just like closer to the climax, Stakes are being raised. It's a bit more serious. We kind of already know the majority of the characters. So now we can explore some other stuff. So like, whilst I still love The Fellowship of the Ring, this one just felt a little bit more entertaining than the first. But like on a whole, from like a filmmaking standpoint, cinematography, visualization, acting, it's all been consistent. It's literally just picking up from the last one and just continuing. Like all of it is still great. The set pieces, I don't know if I mentioned it in the video or maybe I edited it out, but I love the wide shots because there's so many different environments in Middle Earth. Like, so all I said about like the film in general back then, like the contrasting characters and a wide range of characters and how deep the lore and mythology seems, it still applies. But like, I want to go into some specific stuff that I like. And so yeah, let's go. So some of the things I personally liked about this film is, even though it's got the same overarching story, how it's sort of told just resonates more with me. And what I mean by that is, right, they split them up and set them off in their own adventures. They had their own development. They met their own characters. They went to their own locations and they're doing their own thing. Rather than keeping them together and having them react to the same sort of stuff, no, let them go by themselves and each contribute to the story, because that's another thing, right? None of the stories, no matter what group, felt like it was less important or felt like a side story. All of them are contributing to the overarching story that there is. So that sets up when they do return, or if they do come back, maybe one of them will die, I don't know. But when they come back and return to the king, like, it's gonna have the extra emotional weight because these men haven't seen each other in a little while. Like, another thing I like, and I just like in movies in general, is darker tones, right? And it's like developing these characters and putting them in scenarios where they're basically on the back foot. You know what I mean? They're basically losing or they're basically falling. So for example, Frodo and Samwise, like Frodo was mash up. Frodo was literally succumbing to the Wing's power, and you could see every time he was on screen, he didn't seem like the Frodo we got introduced to at the beginning of the Fellowship. Like, it was just sad. And because of that, it raised the stakes. Like, he always looked tired, he always looked fatigued, always looked like they was on the move and there was this impending doom coming, and it just became so dark and sad, right? And I can't find a word for it, and the only thing I can liken it to is, if you've seen Harry Potter, you know when you get to like the end of Harry Potter, when the three of them, Hermione, Harry and Ron, are like together and, you know, Voldemort's out there and they're on the run, and it's like this doom and gloom sort of feeling where like they're going from place to place, they're having these deep character conversations and shit is just sad. That's essentially what I was getting from Frodo, man like Smeagol, shout out man like Smeagol, and Samwise. Like the wraiths were chasing them. They had to try and get to Mount Doom. They were paranoid all the time. There was distrust going along. And like watching their journey and essentially their descent into succumbing to the ring, it was fun to see. And like I said, Frodo, I feel like, because there was like a contrast between the way Frodo treated Smeagol and the way Samwise did. Frodo saw him kind of sympathetically because in my eyes, he saw himself in Smeagol. And he was sort of like, rah. Me and him are one and a kind, you know what I mean? Like, he even said, right, you were not too far from a hobbit before. So it's like Frodo's looking at him thinking, rah, that could be me soon. And I need to hope he can get better because I want to come back. And where Samwise is there, like, Samwise looked like he had more like sense. But to me, how I interpreted it was the ring was also affecting him because, you know, it's always proximity as well. He became a bit overprotective, you know what I mean? Like the way he started treating Smeagol, which I don't like, Samwise, don't do that again, was a bit too much. Merry and Pippin had their little development. More the fact that, you know, they normally they like nice crispy bacon, they like the simple life. They just want to go back to the Shire. And one of them even said it, to be honest, I'm not too sure which is which. And then one of them was like, well, we can't really go back at all, if I'm honest. And that ties into when, you know, Galadriel was showing Frodo the vision thing where the Shire was burnt down. They were all chained up like, this is the war. This needs to happen. And it was cool seeing the hobbits come to that realization that even though they're small and they just like the 11 seas and brunch and all that, they have a part to play and they need to take this seriously and they need to get involved because this is the war. And then man like Aragorn, right? And correct me if I'm wrong, right? But I feel like the Fellowship of the Ring explored more of his willpower and how different he was in terms of his mentality than his ancestors and other humans, right? Because we saw Boromir succumb to it, go mad. Aragorn had the opportunity, but he resisted it. His willpower was very, very strong. And he even said in the Fellowship of the Ring, right, that his bloodline is kind of weak in a sense, like his lineage, because obviously he's a descendant of Isildur who kind of put them all in this mess because he didn't throw the ring in. So I think Fellowship was exploring that side, whereas this one was more exploring his capabilities, his nobility, and like his willingness to serve the people. Because how I interpret this film again, right, is the race of men seem like the most fractured. There's the elves, there's the hobbits, and men seem like, you know, there's Gondor, there's Rohan. Whereas Isildur just feels like he doesn't belong to any of them, and maybe that's why he was like the Lone Ranger in the first one. But he just feels like he doesn't belong to any of them. He just belongs to all of them. He's just a man of the people because he was willing to die for these people of Rohan. Like, last battle, let's go out for glory. Like, it's not like he just met them, but that just shows how noble he is, and it's just setting him up to be like the king. You know what I mean? Obviously, I got to talk about my boy Gandalf. Gandalf is the hottest character there is. You man told me like him coming back as Gandalf the White is like a promotion because Saruman obviously didn't do his job properly. Kind of is a little de facto thing, went off on his own. Saruman of many colors. Now Gandalf is here, ready to shine with some upgraded powers, some upgraded drip, some upgraded persona. And like seeing Gandalf as like the loving, friendly, charismatic guy in the first one, Gandalf the Grey, to how he is now. Now he just seems like Gandalf the bad man. Like, no more weed. My head's clear. We got a mission to do. And now, like, he really feels like an angel or a Maya, as you man told me. Like, and yeah, I can appreciate that. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, Gandalf. I'm so sorry. But yeah, man, I don't want to spend too long here. But, you know, the Battle of Helm's Deep was great as well. Big battles. And you could tell they must have built that set. That set must have been practical. I don't think there was much CGI elements other than maybe the horde of Uruk-hais. Obviously probably didn't have that many extras on set, but other than that it looked nice, practical, serious. And obviously stuff like the pacing compared to the first one, I feel like not like this was better paced, but because it was more like on the go and we basically started off on action, on, you know, kind of thrilling stuff, it kind of maintained that throughout the whole film. And there was not one part I felt like, oh, this is moving too slow, this is dragging. Like, I was thoroughly entertained throughout the whole thing. So the pacing, I would say, is probably better. There was no slow start, there was no slow anyway. It was just wavy. Of course, I want to give like my unbiased, honest opinion. So there were some like negatives about the film, which is why I won't get like a 10 rating. And I just want to talk about them real quick. I feel like these Uruk-hai guys or orcs or half-breeds. I don't even know if I'm saying it right. Visually, they look so menacing and so strong, but at the same time, their actual fighting, they don't seem that threatening, right? And one of the things that kind of reduced the threat of them, right, is when, say, for example, Aragorn and Gimli just jumped into the crowd and there's literally piles of them coming up and they are just, two of them are just taking them all on. You know what I mean? It's sort of like, are these men that strong? Are they really in any danger other than there's just maybe too many numbers? Or at the same time when Aragorn, when he leapt off the ladder and he flew into the pit of them, like there was a bear of them, it was like, he most likely gonna die, you know what I mean? Like the only one I'll probably excuse, right, is when they were like, oh, is there any other place for the women and children to get out? And you know, 4 or 5 of them all rode out into the horde because it felt like a suicide mission. And it felt like, even though the horses were just running through them, like, it felt like, yeah, this is gonna be a bit too much. But before that, it did feel like one guy could take on 1,000, you know what I mean? And maybe it's meant to be like that, I don't know. But it just took me out of it a tad bit. But no, I probably missed that. So many things I wanted to say, but I kind of want to keep this short and not too long. So yeah, time for a rating. So I said in my Patreon exclusive video, right, I gave it a rating and I don't think that rating's actually changed. And what I said then was an 8.8. And I feel like I'm going to stick with 8.8 for now. There wasn't much fault with the film and I was thoroughly entertained. And I just can't wait to watch the next one. So thank you all of you, man, for making your comments on the first part. Thank you everyone for making your comments on the Fellowship of the Ring. You lot are getting in there. You lot have taught me so much. And you, man, are praising me for catching on to stuff, even though I missed out a lot of stuff. Like, thank you, man. And yeah, it's been your boy Slider Gray. I'll catch you in Return of the King.